the second biggest city in Russia. And today I'm going to have an about 1 hour long live stream, having a Q&A with you, answering some of your questions, and giving you a quick update of what's going on here in Russia, what's going on in my personal life, and things like that. If you are watching me right now during the live, guys, hi there. Just let me know if the sound is all right, if you can see and hear me clearly. And if you watch me in pre-recorded, if you watch me after the live on YouTube, hello and welcome. So glad that you found my video. Well, let's take my camera and let's go for a walk. I'm gonna show you around today. I'm gonna see what you guys write in the chat and try to answer to as many questions as I possibly could. But before that, I want to give you a quick update. I see people sending hello, Niki, hi, Niki, hi. Let me know where you're staying at. Like, I'm staying in St. Petersburg, Russia, literally my favorite city in Russia, and trying to have a walk with you. Where are you from? Hi from Austria. Hello from Siberia, Russia. Interesting. I am coming from Siberia. Hello from Hamburg, Tennessee. Man, that's so many different places. By the way, we are staying here next to the Admiralty in St. Petersburg. I'm going to have a walk around there first. California, USA, Beijing, China. Wow, somebody from China really found my live stream. That's so cool. I've been to Beijing like 3 or 4 times. I liked it there quite a lot. Well, well, guys. So first, let's have a quick update of how is life in St. Petersburg and in Russia, basically this month in April. And for me, um, honestly, I didn't have too many changes in my personal life, although I see that life in general in Russia gets a little bit harder for people, maybe even more than just a little bit. I talked about this already. I talked about money and stuff, about sanctions. But the things that it didn't cover is the mood, the emotions, and basically feelings of people who live here. Because recently, people basically have a huge change in their mental state and the way they uh, do their daily lives, the way they continue working, and so on. But personally, about myself, I'm quite good with dealing with all the stress. I think traveling taught me a lot how to deal with stress. So no worries about me personally. By the way, I want to show you around this place. Let me switch the camera. And here is St. Petersburg, downtown, the Admiralty. So over here, nice fountain. I think they turned it on just a few days, maybe a few weeks ago. I haven't seen this being working right now. It's like the first time for me to see it operating. And over there, the building behind the fountain is Icepack Cathedral. Quite interesting and quite famous touristic spot here. I just arrived from that place, had a quick snack at a bakery near the subway station, Admiralty subway station, and over there is Hermitage. You see that building, exactly this one, with such kind of teal color. That is the Hermitage, the Winter Palace, and over there is Alexander Column or something like that. Yay. So, funny thing is, a few months ago, like 2 months ago, or about 6 weeks ago, this was the place where I nearly got detained because I joined the protest, like anti-war protest, and just a few hundred meters, not less than 100 meters from here, I thought I'm gonna be detained for the first time this year, but fortunately it didn't happen. But many people were detained that day. Let me actually have a look to the chat. So what do you say, guys? I see it perfectly on my screen right now. William G says, hey, hey. Hi, mate. Be smart. Hi, Niki. Hey. I also see a couple of moderators joining my today's live stream. Really appreciate you guys for staying here and keeping the chat a friendly place. A friendly reminder, guys, please keep the chat clean and friendly so I can see more of your messages and I can interact more. Hi, Niki. How nice to see you on live. I find your videos fascinating. You explain things so well. Thank you so much, Craig. I am glad to see that people enjoy the content I upload on YouTube. I find it really interesting for myself to do that. So happy to see that you enjoy it too. Happy to see you not detained. Yes, I'm happy to see not being detained too, although I decided that I am all right with taking the risk, a small risk of getting detained for 1 week, but not for longer. Good morning from Phoenix, Arizona. Hey, good evening from Russia. That's literally around 7 p.m. here. Such a huge time difference. The accidental Viking, or Viking, how do you pronounce it, says, your generation gives me so much hope. Hopefully, in some years, like 10 years, 15 years, Russia will be a totally different country, perhaps because of our young people. Hopefully. Zygmunt Rainer says, hey Niki, I have a huge problem with this statement. Putin is not like all the Russian people, they don't want war. If I see the approval rating, it looks like they do. What do you think about it? So, Zygmunt, what I think about it is you cannot really rely a lot on the surveys or official surveys in Russia because under the condition we live here, like not many people would actually disagree with the mainstream, aka with the government opinion. I personally tried to ask more than 100 people a week ago, 2 weeks ago, and out of 100 people, most of them 90+%, they refuse to answer my questions once they heard what kind of stuff I'm going to ask them. They simply disagree, but they are afraid to share their opinions publicly. So when you hear when you hear big numbers supporting the war, I think it's simply because people who do that, they are not afraid to share this opinion, and people who do not support, they are very concerned about it. By the way, I see first super thanks. Thank you so much, guys. I'm not crying because of super thanks. It's just the sunlight. Oh, the sun is so strong here. Mia, thank you so much. Mia says, just so that you were doing a live. So glad I didn't miss it. Glad you're here. Really. Thank you. And Lisa Krober is sending 50. Mate, 50 American dollars? Really? Thank you. And say nothing, just a super sticker. Really appreciate your support. Yeah. So, talking about those kind of surveys, when I see numbers like 80% of Russian people support the special military operation, I don't really trust this number. Your local news video was really interesting. Thank you for this live stream. Yeah, you're welcome. Like, let's have a quick walk somewhere over here till I'm staying on the same place. Talking about the news video, I also find it really interesting to show it to you because it's insane. It's crazy thing what kind of stuff we see in Russia on our state media. Literally now it's like a propaganda machine with 15, 16, 17 hours a day given for news channels on one single channel, which is basically all day long. Yeah. A little bit more about updates from this month. What I noticed, a lot of people were talking about Russian men being drafted to army, but it happens every single April, every single year, and in my opinion, it was no different from other years. Like every single year, more or less similar this year as well. I also heard people talking a lot about some economical stuff in Russia, and I want to clarify one thing about foreign currency. Right now, Russian people are really messed up with like if somebody wants to leave Russia, it's so hard to do at the moment because of some foreign currency regulations and because of Visa and MasterCard policies. Right now, for example, if I want to leave Russia, I have no way to get cash dollars and I have no way of using my local card abroad. So it will be like really hard to uh, for somebody to leave Russia at the moment. Oh, there's a helicopter. Wait, where is the helicopter? Over there. Okay, you cannot see it really. Or maybe you do. All right, so that was a huge change recently. And we have kind of new regulations saying that now it's all right to buy dollars. But banks can sell dollars to people, but actually it's not that easy and not everyone can do that. So it's still been trouble for many people, especially the ones who want to leave Russia. Yay. Hey Niki, hi Niki. Hey guys. Really, oh, what's wrong with my eye? Really nice to see you all here. I see 600 people, 614 people listening to me now. I'm so glad that you're being open-minded and actually want to listen what to what I have to say. Oh, so here is the sign. I just was walking randomly, taking this alley walk from that fountain. We were previously next to the Admiralty. And look, guys, this one, I'm not sure if anyone can read what does this say, but this one says in Russian, "нет," which means no, "войне," which means war, so basically no to war. And somebody didn't really do a good job at covering this. Every single time when somebody writes it, our city services they try to cover it. All right, sitting here for another 5 minutes and saying and answering your questions. Let's see what you have to ask. What is the yellow building behind you? So the yellow building that is over here, that is the Admiralty, some kind of naval building, and a nice Russian grandmother is over here. And on the other side, there is, I'm not sure what kind of building it is, but over there, that is the Icepack Cathedral. I honestly thought Niki was a nerd. I was so wrong. Uh, Sometimes I'm a nerd, definitely. By the way, Cyber Saturn sends 20 American dollars and saying, "Here's a bottle of vodka on me." And Mr. Cyber Saturn, you're so on time with that because tonight, after I finish this live, I'm actually going to see my friends and we are going to have a bar night. Not really intense, but we are going to have some shots of maybe nastoyka. Yeah, me maybe you're a bit allergic. No, it's not allergic with my eye. It's about the sunlight, or maybe with I don't know, maybe some other reasons. I think it's sunlight. Your city center is beautiful. I do not blame you for loving your home. I hope for peace and for Ukraine to be free. Change will come to Russia because of young people like you. Take care from Katie Bice. So I also hope peace will come to Ukraine and to Russia, basically to people around the world. I actually had a talk yesterday with a few Ukrainian girls. We recorded a video sharing our experiences. They shared their experience of being in Ukraine where when the war started, and I shared how it was from the Russian side. And it was such a nice human to human communication. Ukrainian people and Russian people gathered together, and we were kind of nice to each other. On the people level, I think we have good chance of becoming friends back in of getting back to like having a friendship between our nations, but someday in the future it will be quite hard road, I guess. Danny Salazar sending super stickers. You're amazing. 20 American dollars. Thank you so much, Danny. Appreciate really. $20 is a big sum of money here in Russia. Rock Space. Keep going with your great reports. Much peace from Sweden. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for these words and for this super thanks. Really appreciate. Keep going with the videos. Niki, is it true that the colors blue and yellow are banned? A question from Holly Atkins. That is actually quite interesting because literally it's not really banned. Like, of course, we can use these colors for our clothes or for decorating anything. But technically, if you will do anything with these colors, if you're gonna show any kind of protest, then you'll face some consequences. So practically, people don't really wear it, and these colors are not really popular right now in Russia. Perhaps you have heard that in Belarus, they had some kind of bans of some colors too. Of course, not legally, but they were doing some like bad legal consequences for people who used white and red colors, which is crazy. Like I remember there was news about a dude about a guy who had an LG TV box on his balcony, and the LG TV box was like white, red and white, and these colors were kind of prohibited in Belarus that time, and maybe now too. And he got some fines. just for having a TV box on his balcony, which is crazy. In Russia, I don't think we had anything like this yet. David Monch, thank you so much for $5 super thanks, as well as Meter Sangita. Thank you. Thank you so much. Let me see what other questions we have. Interesting question from Rancho Simi. Are there many underground bunkers? Wait, I lost it. Are there many underground bunkers in St. Petersburg so people can go if Ukraine bombs the city? I don't think it will ever happen. I mean, Ukrainian bombing St. Petersburg, I see it as a very, very unlikely scenario. And yes, we have some bunkers, some shelters here. I personally don't really know where exactly we have it, but it's for sure that we do have. Most likely also in the metropolitan, the subway system, maybe somewhere else around the city. So I'm not preparing to actually learn that yet, but perhaps that might be a very useful knowledge. Randy Stullen says, thanks for sharing a view on nice city of St. Petersburg. Looking forward to better times. Wish I can visit it again. St. Petersburg is nice. Yes, St. Petersburg is really a cool place. I wish you guys will be having a chance to visit it here because this city is simply fascinating. Yay. Let's have a quick walk to Icepack Cathedral. I'll try to walk really slowly so it will be like kind of stable, a little bit more stable, and I will simply read what you have to like tell, and I'll answer to your questions. Greetings from Siberia, Anna Tsvitkova. Hello from St. Petersburg, Anna. I'm actually coming from Siberia, from the city of Omsk. Over here. Eventually, you'll get over there. It's Icepack Cathedral, beautiful, nice place. And I think we also will go over there to see the river, Neva River, which is also really beautiful. Nice weather over here. Make compote again, Niki. AGX. If you watched my compote video, it was on TikTok about like a really long time ago. Really appreciate you staying with me for such a long time already. Let's see what the super thanks say. Somebody, the accidental Viking says, I believe in your generation, it will get better. Thank you so much, Mr. Viking, or Viking, how do you pronounce it? I don't know yet. Thank you so much for your thought, for your hope, and also for your donation. And also thanks to Lost Shelton. Really appreciate it. So over here. Oh, the sun is really nice. Enjoy the atmosphere in the city. Good morning, Niki. Good evening, actually, in St. Petersburg. Good evening. So, question from A plus Russian. Niki Proshin, are you coming to America anytime soon? We would love to have you here. I'm originally from Siberia, but now I am in the Seattle area of the USA. So, talking a bit about traveling plans or anything like that, I am not going to go to the States any soon. I would love to visit America eventually, someday in the future. I would like to travel from New York to the West Coast. It will be a really cool experience, but I don't plan to do it in near future. Maybe I'll do it spontaneously without planning too much, or maybe I'll do it someday, some years later. I'm also not going to leave Russia anytime soon. Um, if nothing happens to me personally, if I will get any kind of physical unsafety, I'll consider leaving really quick. But before having anything like that, I'll just stay here because of my personal reasons. Like, I'm not staying here alone. I am staying here with my girlfriend, my family also staying in Siberia, so it will be a little bit harder to actually leave. By the way, hi to 840 people who joined this conversation. Let me show you where I'm staying at. It's St. Petersburg City. Once again, Icepack Cathedrals over here. Stay in a tiny park. Oh, mate, that's a naked man. Really? YouTube, hope it will not ban me. Okay, and here is, I don't know, a random child playground. I'm actually not going to stay here any longer. I'm going over there to see the statue of Peter the Great. Literally, that is the person that founded this city. Peter the Great. Let's go over there. A question from Evgeny Marushkevich. What does Z stand for? And guys, if you have seen any pictures from Russia or from Ukraine, you perhaps seen some kinds of Z sign, sometimes ridiculous photos, sometimes it's on Russian army stuff, sometimes it's simply on, let's say, St. Petersburg subway system advertisement stuff. Uh, I don't really understand what Z is exactly, but people started to use, our government started to use it as a symbol to support Russian troops and basically to support Russia. They use the Z sign with a hashtag «Своих не бросаем», which means stand together or something, we don't leave our people behind. And right now in the city, you can see a lot of these signs, like not everywhere, but it's so easy to find it. And honestly, it feels like it's been like a reminder for pro-Russian patriots. But in my eyes, it looks quite bad to see these many these signs everywhere. Like, let's say if I go to Icepack Cathedral, to that beautiful building, behind there, most likely I'll find a souvenir shop, and most of souvenir shops have T-shirts with a Z sign. A few days ago, that is actually a very weird story. Like, I have no explanation for that. Nobody has. But a few days ago, about 1 kilometer over there, by Nevsky Prospect on Malaya Kanyushina Street, we had some kind of art installation, some kind of art exhibition with English words "zamestim," which means "we will replace." What does that mean? They used letters, the first letters of foreign brands who left Russia to create a word "we will replace," saying that we can we can produce our own products. I honestly don't know who exactly puts that sign. Perhaps it's like our city government or something like that. But even in official news, nobody knows who put that kind of art installation over there. And there's a lot of other usage of letter Z. I passed by a school near my home, and they had the Z letter in their windows. That looks a little bit like terrifying, honestly. Let's find a place to stay before going to Peter the Great, the person who founded this city. And I actually want to read what do super thanks guys wrote, and also answer to a few more questions from you. Right now, I see a question from Rock Space. He asks, maybe dumb question. I gave you 500 SEK, around 55 American dollars, and wonder, can you get the money when you are inside Russia? Or shall we donate you in other ways? So the thing is, how it works on YouTube. Yes, I can get it while staying in Russia. YouTube pays out creators month, every month by the end of the month. So if you donate anything right now, I will be able to receive it by the end of next month, by the end of May. And YouTube deducts about, is it correct word, deducting? 30% from any amount of money that you send to me here. It is very convenient to have such super thanks, but it's actually very costly from the YouTube side. But yes, whatever you see people sending here, it will reach my bank account by the end of May. And YouTube simply sends a Swift transfer, because Swift is still operating for many Russian banks. They are banned banks that are under sanctions. Apparently, my bank is not under sanctions, so I'm able to receive the money from YouTube ad revenue and also from people's donations. So thank you guys so much for supporting me like this. Yay. Angela Corrigelos. That's hard last name. I'm sorry to mispronounce it. Thank you so much for your super thanks. Really appreciate it. Also to Dade Williams, who says hello from Winnipeg, Canada. Greetings from St. Petersburg. Really appreciate you helping me out like this. 30% is said. Yeah, 30% is a lot. But it's actually like, I understand why YouTube deducts 30% from every transaction, because it's extremely useful to have super thanks like this. And even with this such huge number, like such a huge percentage, it works kind of well. I think it's a huge. It's the biggest. It's the biggest percentage among every single place where people actually can donate money. But it's also the easiest and the most convenient way to do that. Like Patreon, you perhaps heard about Patreon. They charge about 12% plus you lose about 3-4% on the other fees while getting the money on your bank account. Some other platforms charge anything between 10 and 20%. YouTube does 30. Yay. But enough talking about money because there are many more things to actually talk about. Yeah. A question from Quit Rage. Can you tell us about Vladimir Solovyov and Margarita Simonyan? I can tell you a little bit because I'm actually not really aware too much about them. Basically, they are pro-Russian propagandists that have really huge influence in Russia. They have really huge audience of millions and millions of Russian people who watch them, and their core audience is actually people who live in remote towns, people of older generation rather than I am. So it's like very different. They believe and they trust very different things rather than I have in my head. There was one time when Solovyov reposted an article about me about two months and a half ago, and I just out of curiosity I wanted to see what the people say in the comments under that article, and it was about 500 people commenting something, and none of these comments, I read every single one of them, none of these comments were were having any kind of logic. It was just insulting stuff, but 0% of anything logical there. Yeah. So Solovyov and Simonyan, basically pro-Russian propagandists, they have a lot of property outside of Russia, and yet they do great job at working for Russian government. Yeah. By the way, I see 1,000 people being online right now. Greetings from St. Petersburg. Hello from here. I see questions like, Niki, do you like Putin? Niki, do you like Navalny? Niki, what do you think about other politicians? I try to stay out of politics. I can share a bit of my opinions about that, but I don't want to talk too much about it. Like, even when I talk it not online, but to my friends, I am quite apolitical, not really interested in discussing that. Here's a coffee on me from Lord Winter. Lord Winter, thank you so much. I'm going to have a coffee from you tomorrow. And tonight I'm going actually to have a shot of Nastoyka with my friends. Let me show you a little bit from this park. Once again, to new people who just arrived. My name is Niki. We are staying in St. Petersburg City. I'm staying at this park talking to people, answering to questions that I can grab from the chat. That is Icepack Cathedral. And here is the Peter the Great, the person who founded, who built this city 300 years ago, a bit more than 300. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at the face of that person who built the second biggest city in Russia. A question from not even Ron. Niki, have you noticed if the ruble has recovered? So, kinda yes, I have noticed that ruble rate is getting better. It's like it's even better than it was 2 years ago, which is really strange thing right now. But in my opinion, and my opinion should not be something you take for like 100% truth. I'm really bad at politics. I'm really bad at economics. I don't understand many things. But from my perspective, the Russian ruble right now is getting stronger, but it's kind of artificial growth. Like there are some new regulations that make it become stronger. If government didn't put those kind of regulations in the past month, perhaps it will not get any stronger. So it's like looking quite artificial. Perhaps after some time, it will be worse. Yeah, politics ruins everything. Ah, yeah. So here it is. Peter, Peter the Great. In Russian letters, it says the statue, the monument to Peter the Great from Ekaterina II, built in summer of or in year of 1782. You cannot really see many stuff here because of the sun, but whatever. Here it is. It's beautiful. Yay. Here, a lot of people come here to make photos with Peter the Great. A lot of walkers stay here promoting the any kind of tours around the city or around the Neva River. That is actually the Neva River. Really beautiful place. I'm going to show you what's going on there. And by the way, this one is a placard about the Victory Day. It says May the 9th. Congratulations great with the Victory Day, something like that. So basically, May the 9th, it will be the Victory Day in Russia. It's really big here, like it is one of the biggest state holidays, and Russia prepares a lot with this. In my opinion, um, in my opinion, our government would like to have some positive results in the conflict between Russia and Ukraine before the May 9th, but most likely it's not going to happen. Yeah. Is there a massive parade on Victory Day? Yes, there is. And actually, I haven't told it anyone yet, but I will be in Moscow on the Victory Day. I will be in Moscow on May 9th. And I think I will show you the massive parade. I'll show you how it looks like in the capital of our country. It will be super interesting to talk about this and to show you. Yay. It will be not a live stream, it will be just a video. Oh, that is actually getting colder. Let's get closer to the river. I'll sit and read what you guys wrote to me. Ooh, it's cold. Look where I'm staying at. That is really fascinating view. I like it here. What will you do if your country makes military mobilization? There is no chance that I will be a part of Russian military. Like, I'm not going to be drafted. I'm not going to join this anyhow. Like, literally, no chance. Do a meetup with Inside Russia if you're going to be in Moscow. I think I'll do a meetup with a few people in Moscow. The first person that I'll message will be Ellie, most likely. I like her personally. Like, she's a really nice person. She's quite interesting to talk to as well. But also, I would like to meet Inside Russia and then leave her probably. I chatted to them a little bit, but never seen personally. Well, guys, I gotta wear my gloves first because it's like really cold next to the river. And let's see what he actually writes here. Wait, over here. Rock Space, keep going with great reports. Thank you so much. Really appreciate. One Torador, thank you so much for your super thanks. Appreciate this too. And Tony Rhodes says, hi Niki. Are groceries easier? Hey, this thing makes it so loud. Hi Niki, are groceries easier to buy for average Russians these days? With better recent exchange rate, or it's uncertainly affecting costs still? Thank you so much for your super thanks. And the thing is, Russian ruble getting stronger doesn't make prices go lower. So the videos that I made before showing the increase in groceries prices, it didn't go anywhere. So Russian ruble dropped one day, then it became stronger in numbers, but prices, they didn't go lower. And people's income stay the same. So it's still trouble for many people to afford same kind of lifestyle that they get used to. Let's find a place where I can put my camera and actually stay and talk to you. Whoa, mate. Look at this. That is Neva River. And over there you can see the what is the name of that museum? That is the weirdest museum in Russia. Kunstkamera. That is a Kunstkamera museum in that building, I think. But I might be wrong, maybe in that building. And over there is a Winter Museum, Winter Palace, I mean, Hermitage Museum, but you cannot really see it from here. It looks really cold. Yes, it is. It is quite cold. I'm still looking for a place to put my camera onto. and wear gloves and actually to see the chat. It's been a while since I replied to any question from the chat, right? Oh yeah. Funny question from Ayla. Niki, do people look at you strangely when you walk around and speak English? I think so. I think people look strangely to me, but I don't really pay attention to people doing that. Like right now, I have a couple of kids walking around, and most likely they hear me speaking English and they're like, "What's going on?" But mm, even if somebody watches me speaking English, I don't really pay attention to that. That's a fast-moving river. That is. Whoop! I was staying here, and I'm going to sit on this. I'm not sure how lovely it is, but okay, I'm going to sit here real quick, show you what's happening here once again. Quite huge road. Like a lot of boats like this take tourists. A lot of tourists come from that place, but apparently right now only tourists from Russia are staying around here. I think the lighting is so good like this. Wow, perfect. Alrighty, let's see what you guys write to the chat. I love it. I love your English. It's perfect. Thank you so much, my turn. It's like it's not really perfect skill of speaking English I have, but I think my English is all right. It's good. It looks amazing. Thanks for sharing. Yay, yay. Hi, Niki. Hi, Pavel. Oh, Pavel is here. Hi there. Watching in the hay is awesome. I haven't met him personally yet, but I like his videos. Hi, Niki. Do you know Sergey Baklikov? No, I don't know him personally. I never talked to him, and I just know him because he makes some videos from Russia. A question from Lisa Roberts. How are you so smart? I'm sure you addressed this before, but how did you learn such excellent English? Thank you so much, Lisa, for calling me smart. I personally think that I'm quite dumb and quite stupid, but whatever. I can speak English because I like communicating with foreigners, because I like learning new stuff and getting into new cultures. The same reason I can speak Chinese. My Chinese is quite all right, conversational. I learned it because I simply like to talk to people in this language. And anything else I know is because I like it. Like I know how to edit videos because I liked and enjoyed them in before, in the past. So somehow any kind of skills I acquired is something that I find interesting to do because it makes learning really easy, at least for me. How can average Russian protest against the war? Vivian, it's quite hard, quite a complicated question for me. I don't think average Russian can protest the war anyhow, like practically. A lot of people actually do. A lot of people keep protesting, but it's quite hard. It's like very complicated in the modern Russia to show opinion which is different from the mainstream government opinion. So yeah. Suzanne Di Bella, thank you so much for your generous super thanks. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Very interesting question from Bina Babies. Why did you decide to move to St. Petersburg and not Moscow? I actually arrived to Moscow 1 year ago with my grandmother. We were visiting my father. And I was thinking, should I choose Moscow or should I choose St. Petersburg? I stayed in Moscow for 2 weeks. Then I stayed in St. Petersburg for 2 weeks. And I understood. I want to stay in St. Petersburg because this city is more artistic. This city is slower than Moscow and also less money oriented. Because of this, I decided St. Petersburg is a place for me. I really like the slow vibe. I really like that people care less about money here. I mean, they care less about earning all money in the world or something like that. Moscow is more about that. Is it cold in Russia? You're wearing gloves? Yes. It's cold right now. Yesterday it was really cold. We had snow falling. Imagine snow falling in April, by the end of April. But today it's better. Quit Rage. Are you near the Hermitage Museum? Can you show us the cats? I am near Hermitage Museum. I actually had another live that I visited really close to Hermitage. I didn't go inside. I stayed around it. And unfortunately, I didn't see any cats that time. Most likely, if right now I go there, most likely we will not find any cats. It's quite cold today. Is it actually not too windy? I'm staying next to the river, seeing girls making pictures like this, seeing that kind of boat with tourists over there, which is quite interesting. Whoop, and I'm here. Can you do fishing for sports of fun? Literally, there's like, yes, you can do fishing here. You can find a spot for fishing in this river, but why would you do it? It's quite dirty. Please go to Little Amsterdam, quite far from there, I think. Actually, Eco World, that is the place that I wanted to bring you, not to Little Amsterdam, but to New Holland. We have a park called New Holland Island, and it's literally about 20 minutes walk from here. And I think I'm going to take you there today, and it will be the place where we'll finish this live. It will be also one of my recommendations for you to visit in St. Petersburg if you ever come here. By the way, Janice Lauren, thank you so much for your super thanks. 25 American dollars is a lot in Russia, really. She says, you represent hope for Russia. Have fun with your friends tonight. Please be safe. Thank you so much, Janice. I'm going to have fun with my friends. Lisa and friends, they are actually staying at another place right now. I think they're having fun at somewhere, basically having a Saturday evening together. And in a few hours, I'm going to meet them. Yeah, let's see. One more super sent from Riz Great. Riz Great. Literally every single time when I go live or I do a live premiere of my video, you show up and you send some donations. I really appreciate your support. It's like I think 1 year ago I wouldn't believe that somebody would actually show up and do anything like that. Thank you, Reese. He says, "Hello from Canada, Niki. I'm happy to catch you during a live stream. It looks quite cold there. Just wanted to send some support and my best wishes to you. Keep the good work. Thank you so much. Stay safe there. It is cold, but it's all right." I see somebody asking like Niki should do something like this, and somebody replying Niki cannot do that. He can get 15 years in prison. Let's move on and another stuff. But actually, I want to explain this a little bit for you because there are some misunderstandings with the fake news law or something like that. People think that if I write or I say anything against the current our current government, if I say anything against like anything anti-war, then I'll get 15 years in jail. The truth is, if I do any kind of anti-war stuff, if I do any kind of anti-war stuff, I will not get 15 years of jail immediately. The most serious consequence I might have is having a few months of jail time and having a quite huge fine. It is not 15 years straight from the beginning. But of course, I don't want to take a risk of getting in jail even for months. Like, I don't want to mess up with my life that much. Before, when I was filming protests, I estimated my risk of I estimated that I might have a risk of getting in jail for, let's say, for 1 week, or to have a fine for about one average salary size of St. Petersburg. And I thought I will take this risk, but I'm not ready to take a bigger risk of getting in jail, let's say, for a few months. And 15 years is really huge jail time for somebody who do it repeatedly or who do something really intense. It's not like literally for every single person who just writes no to war on social medias, but eventually it might come to that point. Vasi Genchneva, thank you so much, Vasi. She says, "Hey Niki, greetings from Bulgaria. Greetings from St. Petersburg. By the way, I visited Bulgaria a few years ago. Oh, mate, no. 7 years ago, I visited Bulgaria. It was my first independent international travel. I enjoyed it there. I wish to visit Bulgaria once again. Oh, mate, look at this place. Wait, over here, that is that Peter the Great statue. That is the river we stayed 5 minutes ago. That is the Icepack Cathedral. And here is an arch that I never been before. I'm not sure what exactly it is here. It's some kind of governmental building with a policeman standing over there, and perhaps with two more of them standing over there, but I never walked this street before. I want you to stay safe regardless. Thank you so much. I also want to stay relatively safe. Of course, we are not 100% safe staying here in Russia, like, no, not at all, but relatively safe, it's all right. Interesting. I don't know what kind of street, what kind of building here, but actually I enjoy seeing such kind of cobblestone, or how do you call this kind of road? Interesting. Hi from Amsterdam. Hey, hey, beautiful street. Let's see what you guys have to say. Please stay safe. Thank you, Yvonne. Thank you so much. Do you know about Dutch architecture in your city? I honestly don't know much about the origin of architecture here. So, if some buildings or some parts of architecture is Dutch or Italian or Belgian, I would actually not recognize it. Yeah, I'm quite dumb about this stuff. Bet your online community will send you money in a different country if you go. I don't know. Like, I honestly don't rely on money that I get from donations from people. It definitely helps a lot, but when I plan my future or my near future, I don't estimate this money as something that I can count on. But every single donation that I receive, I actually plan to spend it either to getting new equipment and to improving my videos, perhaps building a team around my channel, or simply to help my family. Yeah, so I really appreciate people actually doing that. Do sanctions hurt? A question from Mick Galasuk, and it's a very interesting question. If you, if replying in one sentence, sanctions hurt, but not that much to make people regret us having sanctions. Let me explain. A few days ago, I was actually asking people on the street, recorded another video that I haven't uploaded yet. And one of the questions was how sanctions affected your life. How sanctions affected your life. And most people who agreed to talk to me and to answer to this question, they said, what sanctions? Like, no, I don't see any sanctions affecting my life. I actually live okay now. Yes, we do not have, let's say, McDonald's. Yes, we do not have Adidas. Yes, we do not have some other imported products, but we can survive without it. And here's some interesting idea of surviving. Like, many people will answer that they're feeling all right with all these sanctions because even without all this stuff, even under any kind of sanctions, they are able to survive. And that is the difference. People learn to survive in Russia because starting from really long ago, starting from basically 90s, people were not having a comfortable life in Russia. We were not having a convenient life in Russia. We were just having a complicated, struggling life. Many people, they struggled a lot to survive. And right now, having sanctions is not something new to them. It's something that they have experienced, and it's something that people can deal with. All right. Uh, I hope you understand what I mean. Personally, for me, sanctions also don't hurt. I also have this mentality of I will survive. But of course, my life got much less comfortable than it was before. It's like, obviously. Do you know Russian YouTuber 1420? I have seen many videos from him, but I never met him in person. Yeah, I never met him before. The sanctions, and one more phrase about sanctions. I think we still haven't faced um, all the seriousness of the sanctions. It's just few months passed after that, and most likely after 1 year, the consequences after sanctions will be much, much more terrible. Because right now it's only some products disappearing from Russia and some other complications. But in the future, our planes, our trains, our other stuff, really big, important stuff, most likely it will also have some problems. I'm not really aware too much about that, but it's my understanding that without cooperation with the world, every big project in Russia is is getting worse and cannot do as much as actually we had before. Yay. Let's stay over here. I'll sit just next to a random window and to talk to the chat a bit more because, guys, it's hard to talk and to pay attention to the chat when you walk. By the way, hi, 1144 people here. Greetings from St. Petersburg. I'll introduce myself once again. My name is Niki. On this channel, I make videos about my daily life in Russia and basically about anything that interests me. So, hello and welcome. A question from Anna Maranta. Hi, Niki. Have you ever been to Poland? What is your opinion about Poland and Poles? Many Russians live in Poland. So, Anna, I never been to Poland. I have never been around there, although I have met quite a few Polish people, and my opinion is good. Every single person from Poland I've met before, they were funny, they were interesting, and actually very intelligent people. So I have good opinion about Polish people. Streets are so pretty. Yay! Let's actually have a look what is around here in the streets. So this is Galerina Street or something like that. Galerная, actually Galerная, over here, Galerная улица. And we came from over there by that arch. Over there is actually a river. Neva River is over there. Quite pretty streets. Can you find buckwheat in stores? Of course. Can you find sugar in the stores? Of course. Like right now, we don't have any shortages talking about food. It's all right here. But we do have some shortages about the imported products that left Russia. Amy Dimetros, thank you so much for your super thanks. Appreciate. She says, "May your friends and family get to enjoy." Thank you, Amy. Hope you're staying safe wherever you are. Michael McNeely sending generous super sticker for 50 American dollars. That's a lot. Like that's really a lot. I think tonight I'll go to have a bar night with my friends, with Lisa, and overall, four of us will spend less than $50, most likely. Mhm. Would you leave Russia? I already answered that this video. I would consider leaving Russia only if I have any kind of danger personally. Does Russia not like the UK and US? Amber, if you talk about people, if you ask a random Russian person, do you like or you dislike America or UK? Most likely people would say something like, we like people, but most likely we don't really like the government. Simple as that. Interesting question from Mike Herbst. What is the situation about gay and lesbians in Russia right now? Greetings from Berlin, Germany. So, Mike, in St. Petersburg, the city where I live, it is the most liberal. It is the basically the most comfortable place for lesbians and gays in Russia. Moscow is kind of all right too. I have friends who are gays. I have friends who are lesbians. I have friends who are bi, and they feel all right here. Of course, not as not comfortable as in Europe or in the States, but anyways, in Russia, St. Petersburg is the best place for them. In other places, it's not really good. Honestly, it's not really good. Philippe Rodriguez. Thank you so much, Philippe. He says, "Hi, here's a coffee from me. Greetings from California. Love your videos." Thank you, Philippe. Tomorrow it will be coffee from you and from somebody else who mentioned the same comment with super thanks. Yeah. A question from Marius. Are you feeling uncomfortable about what your country do in Ukraine? And that is a very complicated question. Like, um, do I feel uncomfortable with what my country does in Ukraine? Or do I feel uncomfortable with what my country does with something different? Like, yes and no. I dislike what my country does in Ukraine, and I do not understand why would they go like this. At the same time, I don't feel uncomfortable with that because I don't have any attachments to my country. I don't have any feelings to my government. Like, I didn't expect them do anything good, so they didn't disappoint me because I didn't think that might do things in a good way. So no, I don't really feel anything towards that. Like, yeah, that's tough. He can say that here. Understand. Like, there are a lot of things that I cannot say online. There's a lot of things that I cannot share with you. But what I'm comfortable with saying, I actually do. So if I say something during this live stream, I feel comfortable about that, and I think there will be just a little chance of getting any troubles with any with local government. This is Niki talking in double speak. Yay. I actually didn't read 1984. I think I gotta read it. Like, I have read a lot of quotations. I know the storyline, but I never read it. Thank you, thank you, MKer. Thank you so much for your super thanks. He asks, do Russians consider themselves Europeans? And that is actually a very interesting question. If you go to a Russian street and ask a question to a random guy, a girl, or a babushka, do you consider to be a European or not? Or what? Who are you? Most people, in my opinion, will say, no, I am not a European. I am Russian. I think most of people will do that. Maybe people from St. Petersburg will most likely say European, yeah. But in other remote places, people will say they are Russians. Yeah, we appreciate your opinion. Thank you so much. Thank you. I'm actually getting closer to the place where I wanted to finish our live stream. I think it will take maybe 10, maybe 20 minutes longer. We are going to New Holland Park, New Holland Island, which is a really nice, tiny place in St. Petersburg, one of my favorite spots in the city. And I'm going to show you a little bit. 1984 is a required book here in the US, in school in US. That's interesting. In Russia, it was not required, and I actually didn't write almost any books that were required in Russia. I simply didn't want to do that because our teachers were pushing it too hard to students. So I simply have no curiosity about Russian literature since the school time. What do you think about the nuclear talk, Ambre? Oh, again, question from you. So that is scary. I don't say about the possibility of having nuclear conflict. It's like, it's something that I cannot control, and if you cannot control something, there is no reason to worry about it, right? So I'm not really concerned about the possibility of us having. What I'm finding really scary is the rhetoric of Russian journalists, of pro-Russian journalists. They do something. They say things that are simply so terrible, and they say it simply on Russian TV in prime time. They consider, like, 2 months ago when everything started, the main rhetoric was like Russia is helping to Ukrainians, and now they still keep this rhetoric, they still keep this opinion, but they started to build theories of how can conflict develop with Russia and other countries. What will they do if this country joins the conflict? What will they do if that country joins it? And they started to talk on Russian TV about possible scenarios of having armed conflict. Some people started to talk even about nuclear conflict, and that is actually very scary. By the way, we are heading 60 minutes in, 1100 people over here. We are heading to this scary underground crossing. Our destination is this place. Can you see? It says you are on an island. That is New Holland Island, a really tiny park. And hopefully we are not going to lose internet over here. Like, I really hope internet will be all right. Terry Wins, thank you so much for your super thanks. As well as Sandy Lee, thank you. Sandy says, thanks for education. Best wishes from Bavaria, Germany. Enjoy coffee and stay safe. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. What's happening? I hope we are not losing internet here. Hope it will be all right. So over here is underground crossing with some really hilarious stuff. Like here's Coffee Pride. Interesting, Coffee Pride. Over here is some alcohol store. I guess that is Wine Pride or Beer Pride. Over there is Pride Mart. I have no idea why it's called Pride. Like, it's actually a little bit weird. There is a coffee shop and also a bakery. And we are heading, I think, wait, I lost my way. I think we are heading here. Yes, that must be it. That is the flowers. I guess Flower Pride or something like that. Oh yeah, over here. I think that is correct place to go. Paper flowers. Yeah. Alrighty. I see somebody. Ayala sends 14 Canadian dollars. Thank you so much for your super thanks. Really appreciate it. And Lisa Lamberton. Wait a bit. I'll turn the camera. I'll flip it. We just crossed underground to New Holland Island. And let me read message from Lisa Lamberton. She says that your video helped us to see we are all not so different. And because of world situation, I dumped my dream to visit St. Petersburg will ever happen. So here's a gift for you for being an excellent tour guide. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Lisa. I wish someday you'll be able to visit St. Petersburg. Not just you, but you guys. Russia is a country that is really great to travel. There's a lot of interesting places to see in here. I hope you will make it one day. Rineman Mansaya, or how do you read it? I'm sorry. Thank you so much. And he says, what was that about on the Russian talk show about the conflict following a Hollywood machinery? I actually don't. I haven't seen that video from Roman, and I don't know what exactly is being said there. Sorry, mate. And really thank you for your super thanks. Appreciate it. We almost got here to New Holland Island. Let me show you over here. So why it's called island is because they have such kind of triangle canal over here all around this place. But basically that's a park that is a tiny island. Why it's New Holland Island? Because they built it in a style of Holland, I guess, Amsterdam style or something like that. Very nice place. Going to stay over there and also finish live stream from somewhere around there. Today is Saturday. A lot of people are hanging out around. It's actually a very busy time with Labor Day coming soon, with Victory Day coming soon, and people basically have a lot of free time, free of work, and we expect to have a lot of like people inside this park today. Interesting and nice place. Let's go sit to one of these benches and have a chat a bit more. Thank you for the tour. Yay, I'm going to stay here with you for some time. Honestly, I do have quite a lot of time left until the moment when I see Lisa and friends. They're still quite far away from here. Yeah, let's go sit on the bench. By the way, over here, it's like really nice. Here is a huge red brick building with some nice but expensive restaurants and cafes. There's people playing basketball. I actually don't know how to say that kind of basketball when there's only one basket and two teams playing. Is it like street ball or not? And over here, a lot of benches. And that building is called a bottle house. That is a round building, a bottle house. I'm going to finish the live over there most likely. I'm gonna stay there, have a shot of nastoika, maybe have a quick snack of something, and wait for my friends. But first, let's sit over here. Oh, mate, they had some nice signs here, but it disappeared. Alrighty. Oh. A question from Highland Place. Niki, do you know much about your ancestry? No, I actually don't know much about that. I was very careless about it in my past, and it's hard for me to track my ancestry actually. Wow, the place is very nice. It is. Pickup game. Alright, alright. Any inside info on Putin's health? I have no idea. There are a lot of rumors, and I don't know what to believe or what to trust about that. Honestly, I don't know. Cristiana Lucetti, thank you so much for your super thanks. Really appreciate. I think I said that many times already, but anyways, every single person that does anything like that, I thank you, like really. She says, thank you for the great quality content. How did you and Lisa meet, by the way? Alrighty, I'll say a quick story. So basically, we met each other at a American style party that my friend organized in St. Petersburg. And Lisa is my girlfriend. I met her more than a year ago here in St. Petersburg. I was just staying here in the city for 1 or 2 weeks, and I was fortunate enough to meet her. Um, and that is actually a very interesting story because it's such a huge coincidence how we met each other. I used to travel with couch surfing. That is an app that is a community of travelers who do like really budget travel stuff. And I met a guy at a couch surfing host in Hong Kong 2 years ago. He was a Russian guy from St. Petersburg, and we kept in touch. And 1 year later, I came to St. Petersburg and he invited me to a party that he organized. So he was one of the hosts. And in that party, I met Lisa. So if I wouldn't see that person, that Russian guy in Hong Kong 2 years ago, I would have no chance to meet Lisa in St. Petersburg last year. So it's such a great coincidence that I find really interesting to share. Yeah, not gonna lie, I thought you were gay. I don't know why people think like I'm gay or gayish. Like I'm straight. Yeah, the park looks nice. Thank you for your positive content. I hosted a ton of people in couch surfing in Seattle. It was really great, good experience. Hey, Avery, good job. I have hosted few people on couch surfing in my apartment when I was living in China. I also stayed at couch surfers places for like over 50 times, I think. It was all a great experience. Someday I think I'll be back traveling couch surfing or hosting people because I find it really fun. That is a compliment, so never mind. Oh, mate. Alrighty. Can Russians fly out easily? I actually don't understand what does fly out mean. Because you have great style. You know, Lisa is a girl that has a really great sense of style, and she thinks that I have no style at all. She doesn't complain about it because it's my business. But if I let her decide what to wear, what I should wear, she will do it entirely different. I simply don't care what I wear. Yay. Love how everything is clean. This park is one of the cleanest in St. Petersburg. It's really nice. Really. Bonnie Ikamas, thank you so much for your super thanks. Really appreciate Bonnie. And also, Jennifer Chan says, greetings from Taiwan. I'm a big fan of Fyodor Dostoevsky. I wish I will go to St. Petersburg one day and see the famous White Knight. I think I will show the White Knights from St. Petersburg, and I think one day I'll also show the places of Dostoevsky's books. There are literally some tours around famous literature places in St. Petersburg. I find it interesting. Oh man, what is over there? We really have this often in St. Petersburg. That is an ordinary business over here to see these kind of helicopters flying around in the city center, far from the city center. Yeah. So, by the way, here's a really nice cascade, or how do you say this? Architecture cascade of buildings staying really next to each other, which is a sign of St. Petersburg. Meanwhile, let's go walk around this park and see if there's anything interesting over here. Spoilers, there are a lot of interesting things over here. Think I'll stay with you for like 10 more minutes. Thanks for saying my name correctly. Yes, yes, happy to say that correctly. Love your videos. Was supposed to visit St. Petersburg from US, but unfortunately, you know what happened. Yeah, I find my content be like more or less about average quality, but I also find it to be very relatable, so hopefully you enjoy it. I'm just being me on my videos and on my live streams, so even right now having 1,000 people listening to what I have to say seems like having a miracle to me because like mate, it's crazy. By the way, over here the basketball guys. Ooh, almost. Okay, okay, that was almost good shot. How did you learn to speak English so well? Basically talking to people every single day, every single day. Renee, it's your post-punk emo style besides being thin. Androgynous and stylish. Is it post-punk emo style? All right. I honestly know nothing about the fashion or something like that. So let it be. Let it be. A question from Anna and Bailey. What Russian food do you love and recommend for tourists must try? Shout out from Manila, Philippines. Thank you. And greetings from St. Petersburg, Russia. So my top foods to recommend for you as a foreign tourist is syrniki, is the first one. It is something that you surely cannot find in Philippines because people use some ingredients for cooking syrniki that you do not have in the Philippines. Like literally, you do not have that. Most likely, you do not have any substitute for that. Syrniki. Blini as well. It is a really great piece of Russian cuisine. Something that I recommend you to try. Syrniki and blini, I really like it. And that ingredient that is like really hard to find a substitution is tvarog. I also recommend you to try some of Russian soups. They are incredible, like borscht and solyanka. They are really beautiful. Oh, not beautiful, really delicious. Also, I will suggest you to try some of Russian main course dishes, like котлеты, which is like meat cutlets, or I don't know how to say that in English, and also beef stroganoff, which is nice, and some other stuff. And if you'll be in St. Petersburg, definitely you gotta try a lot of various pastries. St. Petersburg is famous for having various pastry stores around the city. So that is Solyanka. Yeah, yeah. So we are staying in the middle of the park, the New Holland Island over here. Guys, like it's so peaceful here. So if you just walk around here, if you don't follow the news, if you don't follow the news, or if you don't follow any independent medias, most likely you will never know what is going on out there in the world. Most of people who are actually staying here, I'm sure they don't really know much about exact details of what's going on out there. Some chess over here. A shout out to chess lovers. I actually really enjoy playing chess. And every single time when I come here with Lisa, she's like, let's play chess, but at home. I don't want to play this chess because it's too huge. It's too lazy to play it. Do you like McDonald's? I'm just alright with McDonald's. I'm glad I moved out of America. Congratulations. Yeah, just a moment of being quiet to hear the ambient. I'll stay quiet for a little bit so you can hear the ambience of this place. All right, that was enough of the ambient time, right? Yeah, so a nice place here. Somebody asked, is it all right to go fishing in this place? And no, here you cannot fish. It's prohibited, but there are other places to go fishing. Sounds of children laughter. Yeah, it is. It is the biggest chessboard ever. Interesting question from Wow Reese. How does Russia deal with homelessness? And it is actually a huge problem for Russian people, maybe not for people, for Russia itself as a country. And in St. Petersburg, we might have the biggest problem with homelessness. A lot of people are basically being homeless here, and there are some social projects that are run by people, not by government, run by individual people who deal really do who do really good things towards people without homes. These individuals, these social companies, they are sponsored by government in a little bit, in a little way, and they are sponsored by people in a really huge way. So literally every single person can donate to them, and people do a lot of donations to such organizations, to people to companies who help homeless people, and also to companies who help some other people in trouble. Janice says Niki is having his exercise tonight by walking and giving us a great tour of the city. I think I will say this one will be a great tour once I have a gimbal, a stabilizer to make the footage really smooth. Now it's like maybe a little bit disturbing in my opinion, but I'm glad you enjoyed. John, thank you so much for super thanks. John says, I have always had a lot of respect for the Russian people. I hope that one day our governments may be at peace with one another. I love your content and what you stand for. Thank you so much, John. Hopefully, like not hopefully, someday, our governments might be like wouldn't say enemies, but might be friends. Like not into not having any conflict between each other. I hope one day like this will come. But even now, simple Russians, there's ordinary Russian people and ordinary Americans. We have no reasons to be like not friendly to each other. I actually have a lot of good American friends that I met online and that I met while traveling in Asia, and I would say a lot of them. Hello, I'm from Taiwan. Nice to see your direct dial. Hi, greetings from St. Petersburg. And by the way, somebody said that like this, it feels like talking to me face to face, and that is exactly what I want to reach by doing this live stream. I don't try to like get too many views of going like this in camera, having like not really professional conversation and not professional shots, just with my gimbal with tripod. But I want to have this feeling for you to like having a chat face to face. That is really important for me because I basically enjoy having a chat with people like this. Yay! The children playground, by the way, really nice over here. Really nice place over here. I think this is about to end. Like, guys, you know me as a very positive, optimistic person, and I'm indeed positive and optimistic about my own future and also future of people around me. But I am not positive. I'm not optimistic. I mean, I'm not optimistic about the timing of when all this gonna end. I literally don't have any good expectations for that. And even if the biggest madness, like even the armed action, will be end in Ukraine soon. After that, many people will be like damaged in a way, facing some other consequences. Like I'm talking about people in Russia, people who live far away from Moscow. Most likely, they'll have their lives like being maybe not broken as lives of many Ukrainians, but most likely their lives will be like really complicated for many years, straight. It's like we are going to face really long-term consequences for that. What temperature is it in St. Petersburg? It's about 5 degrees Celsius right now. Yeah, it's like a little bit cold right now. Junborg 72, thank you so much for your super thanks. He says, one of the few Russians I watch on YouTube. My feels for you big time. You're a delightful person. I wish you all the best. Now and beyond, love from California. Thank you so much, June. Like, really appreciate your words. I don't know, like, if I'm gonna have a big time or not. I don't really care about that. I just want to have a comfortable, convenient lifestyle, and also want to be surrounded by people that I like. And actually, you guys are a part of people I like. Like, I really enjoy having such community around my channel. Having two nice moderators over here. Shout out to you guys staying here and helping me out with keeping the chat clean, and also having all you here as a community. By the way, a little shout out here. A few weeks ago, I said that we are going to have a community video, our first community video released, and I'm actually editing it. I got some inquiries, some submissions from other countries, and I'm going to upload this video next week, hopefully. And then after that, I'll have another community video scheduled for like after 1 month. So if you want to join it, if you like the first one, if you will like the first community video that comes next week, any single person can join it next time. Yeah. Ronnie Curtis, thank you so much for your super thanks. Really appreciate it. By the way, guys, we are almost here at the ending point of our live stream. New Holland Park, the Bottle House. That is a very interesting story of this building. It was originally built as a prison, and right now it is used as not a shopping mall, but more like a building for entertainment. Like, it's in the territory of this New Holland Park. It's very stylish, it's very beautiful, and inside there are a lot of wait and inside of this building there are a lot of cafes, a lot of tiny shops, and there are also some design companies. So previously a prison, right now a place that attracts a lot of people. I'm also going to get inside. I'll find a place to stay and warm myself because it's quite cold, to be honest. I've been walking more than 1 hour already. Hopefully you learned something new today. Hopefully you felt like having a face-to-face conversation with me. Obviously I cannot reply to every single comment, but I hope the comments, the questions that I picked to talk about was something interesting for you as well. Yeah, so let's get inside and see how it looks from the inside. Find a place where I'm gonna stay until meeting my friends, and after that I'll say goodbye. Please say hello to Lisa. I will. So over here, let me actually flip the camera. Over here is the bottle house. In Russian, it says butylka. Now here, how many languages do you speak? I speak 3 languages. Russian is my native. English is my second language, and Chinese is my third language. Oh my, there's a lot of people over here. I'm not sure if I actually can find a place to stay. Inside or even outside. Maybe outside is alright. It's like Saturday, just going on over here. Let's get inside. You have to wear masks, but thank you, Niki. Yeah, Niki, don't want to offend, but how old you are? I'm 27. I already shared a few times, I think. 27 years old. Over here. I'm going to find a place to stay, but most likely a lot of people are over here, so it will be not that easy. If I don't find any place, I will just sit somewhere outdoors, chat a little bit more with you guys, and then wait for my friends. Interesting question from Just Kitty. Was English a required class at school? No, yes, English was a required class, same to Russian, same to math or physics. But the thing is that we didn't have a good education for English language or for languages in general. So it was like almost no result for most of people. Like I learned English, I can speak English not because of my school classes, but because of I've been talking a lot with my friends in English. And by the way, so many people over here. I'm not sure if I can find a place to stay. That is the place where I actually would like to stay. It's рюмочные бутылки. Basically, some alcohol, some bar or pub. But look, mate, it's like too many. I don't think I am able to actually find a spot here. No, it's like impossible. Too many. I'm gonna stay over here, literally over here with you, just warm myself a little bit, and then finish the live stream and find a place to stay. Let's see what we actually have to comment. How do you spell your name in Russian? So my name is Niki, but Russian name is Nikita. It's like Nikita. Don't you have an English speaking club? No, watching now, I don't have an English speaking club, but I have a Russian speaking club. I have hosted a Russian speaking club for free since the beginning of last year. Then I started to switch it to a paid club, and right now it's in beta. And I'll open new entries for my Russian speaking club in like 2 or 3 weeks. Bit real buffering. I think I better go outdoors so you can hear me better, because inside here most likely no good connection. What level of Russian do you need to have to join? It's even all right for beginners. I'm hosting a club not for people who study Russian hard. I'm more into motivating people to learn more Russian language. Let's get outdoors. It's like too crowded here. I'm not sure if I can actually find a place inside. Are Russian kids taught philosophy like the teachers of Plato or Socrates? I don't think so. Like the first time I heard about Socrates and Plato and other philosophers was in university. It wasn't at school. Does Russia have a problem with drunk driving? Yes, really, it is a huge problem in Russia. Is it safe to study in Russia as an international student? I think so. Russia is quite a safe place for foreigners. I think it is safe for international students as well. Hello from LA. All right, guys. So once again, I'm staying here in New Holland Bar, just going to rest and find a place to stay to warm myself up. And thank you so much for joining here. A quick shout out before actually finishing this live. I want to say, guys, thank you so much for being here. Join my community video once I do a shout out for this. I find it really nice and interesting to do for myself, hopefully for you too. Go find me on Instagram and Telegram group. I sometimes post there some additional stuff, not just what you see here on YouTube. And also go find me on Patreon if you want to find a way to support me more. Yeah, thank you so much for staying here. Don't forget to like this video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. And hopefully you learned something new from today's video. Or at least got some, I don't know, some level of entertainment. Alrighty guys, so thank you. And see you next time. I'm going to have a few more uploads next week and go live after 2 weeks. I decided to go live every 2 weeks since this month. Well, guys, thank you and пока. How to finish this now. Oh, I